Hello, listeners, and welcome to a special edition of the POA podcast. We're here today to talk about the political levy and the union's political fund. And I'm very pleased to be joined by the General Secretary, Steve Gillen, and the Deputy General Secretary, Joe Simpson. Steve, Joe, you're very welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks very much.
So, Joe, if I could turn to you first. The union has got a political fund. What's that used for?
The political fund is used for basically our political campaigns, anything that we need to put pressure and to campaign to change legislation in order to, gain better terms and conditions for our members. The typical one is the pensions campaign that we successfully ran. It's for us to attend political rallies if we need to, such as Tolpuddle, Durham Miners, and also we use it for basically campaign material. If we need to send out postcards where we get our members to actually if we're on this particular campaign, to put their MP's details on it and send it to them. What it's not used for, which a lot of people think it is used for, is to give to politicians. We don't give money to politicians. We use it purely to campaign because that's what part of the anti-trade union legislation brought in, that we would have to have a separate fund, which our members would have to opt in to allow us to do that campaigning.
Right. So Steve, where does the money for the political fund come from then?
The money comes from the members itself. Every 7 years, we have a ballot to ensure that our members wish to have a political fund in the first place. And as Joe's quite rightly identified, it's for any political object of the union in order to do so. So it's great that our members see the importance, because every time we've had a ballot, our members have endorsed it. They've endorsed it, to my knowledge now, on 4 or 5 occasions. So we've had the political fund since the 1990s, and it's still ongoing. And as Joe says, many people are under a myth that because you have a political fund that you're affiliated to the Labour Party. Well, as we are party neutral, we're not politically neutral, but we're party neutral, our members see the importance of that fund, and that's why they vote it in as part of a democratic process. So it's funded by the members, for the members, to achieve their political aims and objectives in our rules and constitution.
I see. But Joe, why is there a levy? I mean, I think you might have hinted at this in your earlier answer. Can't the political activity come out of normal subs?
That's the legislation, unfortunately. We can't use normal funds to do it. We have to actually, as Steve quite rightly says, ballot our members on it. But not only that, we have to tell them how much it is and also allow them to opt out of it. That it's not like a one catch-all where we can use the general funds in order to politically campaign.
I see. So how much is the political levy per month, Steve?
Yeah, the political levy per month is 15 pence.
15
per month. And of course, the legislation changed by the Trade Union Bill in 2016, whereas prior to that, members actually automatically went in, and if they didn't want to contribute to it, they opted out. Since March 2018, as part of the Trade Union Bill, members have now got to opt in, and they can opt out at any given time that they so wish throughout the financial year. And I've got to put a statement out each year to effectively say that you can opt out anytime you want, and this is how you do it. For 15 pence per month, I think our members get great value for money in some of the political campaigns that we're running, and it's essential that we maintain this political fund to make their lives better and the families' lives better.
So, Joe, how many members actually do choose to opt in?
I would say the vast majority of our members do opt into the political fund. The political fund is quite healthy. It could be better. A lot of our members don't understand what the political fund is for, and hence the reason why we wanted to do a podcast is to educate our members and to tell them exactly what we do with the money in the political fund and how we do things. I think a lot of people in this country, and I'm not just talking about our members, a lot of people in this country seem to think that it's quite easy to change legislation. And when you look back in history on some of the big political campaigns that have been run, not just by this trade union, but by the trade union movement, things such as the Equalities Act, the Equal Pay Act, all of that wouldn't have come in without political activity and political work being done by trade unions. And it's quite hard to change legislation, especially when you've got a government in power that's got a big majority. And it's actually convincing them and getting members from their own political party to start and lobby on our behalf as well, which we do. And we do enjoy, as a trade union, some very good cross-party, I wouldn't say allegiances, but a lot of cross-party work done by MPs on our behalf, yeah.
And it's not just a question of what the union has done with its political fund, it's what it wouldn't be able to do without one, isn't it? So, Steve, can you remind us why do members need to opt in to the POA's political fund?
It's vitally important that members opt in to the political fund because, after all, they voted it in the first place to have a political fund. And what I would say is I reckon at the moment there's probably about 80% of our members that are actually paying into it. So we get about £37,000 in per year into the political fund. And that assists us in moving issues forward. So, for example, big pensions campaign at this moment in time. Without that political fund, we wouldn't be able to do that. So it's vital that every new member that's joined from 2018 onwards opts in, and those that had already been in it anyway remain in it. Otherwise, we're severely financially restricted in political campaigning because you can't use the money from your general fund in order to do it. So basically, if myself and Joe, or myself and the national chairman, or any other executive member are doing political campaigning where we're meeting a member of parliament, whoever that member may be, in the House of Commons, that expenditure must come out of the political fund. It can't come out of the general fund. So, for example, even if it's the train fares and things like that to get there, otherwise people could complain to the certification officer. And this is where this has come from. The new tightening up legislation is to try and prohibit trade unions from representing their members in a political way. Yet trade union money is the cleanest of money in the world, quite frankly, because we've got to account for every single penny that we do so. So our members need to fully understand what the political fund is for and understand the campaigns that we're doing. And without that political fund money, we wouldn't be able to do that. So we wouldn't be able to campaign on health and safety, on pensions, and all the issues that affect the membership. So the more people that are in that, and I'd say to those that haven't opted in yet, opt in, because that 15p per month assists you in moving things forward with the executive campaigning on your behalf, and also allows you to do the same with your members of parliament in their constituencies.
Steve, Joe, thank you very much indeed. The Prison Officers Association is the largest union in the United Kingdom representing uniform prison grades and staff working within the field of secure forensic psychiatric care, with over 30,000 members in the public and private sectors. To find out more about the union and its work and its campaigns, visit poauk.org.uk.